And then there's Mr. Dorian down there. All right. We have our movies. Making Katie watch these.
Yay!
Yay!
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, yesterday at work, I went into the women's locker room to clean, and this girl in there was like, popcorn chats. And I was like, yeah. She's like, that show's baller, man. I was like, thank you. And I was like, and she's like, you told me about it at the bar. I was like, oh. I'm
Fair.
Katie.
Fair.
Nice to meet you.
Fair.
Blacked out. That's fine.
That's promo. As you can tell, we are cutting it down because Katie doesn't really have a lot of interest in these.
Who knows? Maybe once we start, I'll like get really intrigued.
Maybe she will. I'm not gonna count on it. So we are cutting out 2 and 3. I know if you're like a diehard Fast and Furious fan like myself, I don't want to count those out either. However, for the sake of this video and for our time this weekend, we are cutting out those, and we are not watching Hobbs and Shaw because that is a monstrosity. So we're gonna watch 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We'll see what Katie thinks because they only get more extreme as they go. So I'm excited. I think Katie's gonna have some interesting commentary. Let's go.
Let's get started. Should I crack a claw?
If you want to.
Is it needed? Are we Ubering?
Bring it over here. Okay, I done number 2. Oh,
I love how this is the scene that already you're like, what the hell? Because
I am so concerned for any youths that were impression. What? How is this helping anybody? Now you wrote double homicide.
Yeah, double homicide.
bitch.
Both in danger.
All right, 1 down. Katie, thoughts?
I said it wasn't that bad. I liked it. I was invested sometimes. It was romantic.
Do you want to explain why you think it's romantic?
I think the stance, granted it's very early in the game, but I think the stance that I'm going to take on this episode of the pod is that this is a very gay franchise.
You heard that right.
Very affectionate towards one another.
Which I didn't notice. To be fair, I didn't ever notice Vince kissing Dom's big bald head. And there are a couple of moments.
Where it's like
Vibes.
they just like look at each other like they want to kiss a little bit.
I'm pleasantly surprised, I will say. I did not think that you would like this one. Specifically because it's like so early 2000s, I thought. And it's more like street racing.
2005 though.
I'm gonna guess you're gonna like 5 and 7. Those are gonna be my 2 call outs.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I thought the plot was good. Like the acting isn't great, but it's also not horrible. Like you kind of just get what you expect. And
Yeah.
it's entertaining, you know, like all the stunts and crazy shit going on.
Although Katie did say that she had to suspend her disbelief because a car fit underneath a semi-truck.
Yeah.
And I was like, just wait until we get to the go-karts, the airplanes, the submarines. Like, we have such a journey to go on. Alrighty, we're up to 4 because we're skipping 2 and 3. I filled Katie in. Let's get rolling. All right, we just finished 4. Katie. Kitties, I didn't ask for your opinion. Thank you very much.
She said Katie, not Kitty. I'm very concerned about you bullying her.
He is a bully.
Hey, come here.
He literally bites her jugular.
You should have named them Cersei and Jamie. Hey, stop looking off sister's booty hole. You guys, that's disturbing. I kind of zoned out and had a lot of questions a couple times, but I don't think Letty's dead. That is my prediction and my takeaway. And I also don't think this one was as gay as the first one.
Which one did you like better, this one or the first
I
one?
liked the first one.
The first one's just, that's exactly it. The first one's
just for sure covering the entire left.
vibes of the first one are kind of immaculate,
I was gonna say.
honestly. I mean, the vibes of 5, 6, and 7, I think are unmatched, but like the vibes of the first one over the fourth, like I would pick the first one over the fourth one too. I think that's it for tonight. So then tomorrow we have 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Yes.
so 4 to go tomorrow. All right, it's a new day. We got the kitties, and it's time for Fast Five. Arguably, I think the franchise's like fan favorite of them all. Well, see, Katie, you're gonna have to really work on suspending your disbelief for this one, and from here on out, you're just gonna have to do that. Hi, Aria. Yeah, do you see that? That's a clump of litter stuck to my DVD player. How did that get there? I don't know. Look at him. He's a little action star. All right, we just finished 5. Thoughts?
I liked it. That's my favorite so far. I like the family dynamic.
He's such a sleepy little boy.
That's like negative thoughts. I mean, I kind of knew what I was getting into. Michaela like hyped it up so much that I was gonna hate it, but like I don't.
I'm surprised that you don't.
I like a good heist.
Okay.
There are cheesy moments that I have to laugh at.
Yeah. Okay.
Like when they're like, "This will be an easy job."
It's like, yeah, no.
Please stop saying that.
Listen to the pod though. Don't you see why I thought that you might hate these? They have a lot of things that you don't like.
There's cringy moments. There's a lot of misogyny and a lot of sexual harassment that I'm not okay with, and I have to call out.
Yeah, there's a lot of
call it
sexual
out every time. But you know what? I also like we're spending an entire weekend watching these movies. I'm not gonna just like be like
hate them the whole time,
you know, because they're actually enjoyable to watch.
And I think 5, 6, and 7, I'd put them all at like the same caliber in terms of like quality.
Yeah,
these 3 are my favorite.
Here's the
moments.
thing: they have good relationship dynamics, like good friendship dynamics, and then the whole team together dynamics. Good plot that's like engaging. Good action sequences that are constantly making me like, how did they do that? You know, like just from a shooting standpoint and like cinematic standpoint.
What up? Never roll alone. Yeah, I think the soundtracks for 6 and 7 are the best, especially 7. That's the one where we'll hear all the bops and where I'll cry. Anyways, all right, we'll check back in for 6.
Blu-ray. The first one I have in Blu-ray.
Oh, she out.
Right out. Okay, we're watching 6, and I'm just confused. So, this dude Shaw that they're after basically is like a con man, or not a con man, but like what they used to be, basically like criminals. But we're supposed to be like, he's different than them because he like kills people.
Well, because he's trying to steal like military devices to like kill whole countries, where they were like stealing electronics to make some money.
But they also had to have killed people with that big ass fucking thing rolling down the street.
Oh, in Rio?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, probably.
Like, they have killed people.
But it's all seen because they're like doing it for the greater good, I guess. Like, you're supposed to think. Where like these guys are just supposed to be.
Not really, though. They're doing it for money.
To get yeah, because they need to get free after.
Yeah, but at
their
the beginning it's just about money. I mean, go off, but they all are killers.
You're a killer,
Like, at the end of the day, everybody has killed somebody.
Yeah.
You either kill yourself or get killed.
I guess so. Maybe that should be their new motto. All right. 6 is done. Thoughts? I feel like you didn't vibe this one as much.
I did until the end. Let dead people die. That's all I gotta say.
You've heard it here first, folks.
It was an
We're not a
original
fan.
quote by you, so for somebody who likes this franchise as much as you do, I'm very surprised that you originated that quote.
Okay, so fair point. You bring up a good point. Yes. Normally, I really hate when stories kill characters off just to bring them back. That is one of my biggest pet peeves. I feel like it takes away so much of the like grieving that other characters go through, and it just really undermines all of that. However, in this franchise, I don't hate it because it's like, again, I'm just suspending my disbelief in this altogether. And like, am I really in it as much for like story consistency and like character growth, or am I in it more for like the family aspect and seeing them all together as a group? And like, that's what I care about more. So in this, I like it when the squad's all there.
I mean, it was cool. It was fun. Like, the plane stuff at the end was sick. Okay, the other part that I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I get that. Suspending your disbelief and then being like, just enjoying it and not being like so nitpicky about everything. But then if you're gonna ask us to do that, don't do this shit. They had Vin Diesel fucking fly out of a plane that was on fire in his car. And then the car flipped for no reason. The car landed, started going, and then flipped.
Yeah.
Tell me why he couldn't just have like his car then be on fire too, because the car has gasoline in it and it just drove through a fucking from the back of a burning plane to a front of a burning plane and broke through a burning plane. You couldn't maybe just be like, well, maybe his car's on fire too, and he swerves and like hits a fucking thing and then comes out. But no, let's just have it roll for no reason. Also the line when he was like, or when Letty was like, something, he had a really good opportunity to be like, I've always been in over my head when it comes to
Oh
you,
yeah,
or something.
when they're having their face off after their street race.
Yeah, she's like, you're way in over your head here with Shaw, and he's like, he could have been, I've always been in over my head with you or something, but he just says some stupid throwaway line. There are just opportunities for it to be tightened up a little bit where it's like, why? What's the... Okay, so it's a little bit later in the day. We finished 7 a long time ago, but then we forgot to do a wrap up on it. We're about to leave to go to Allie's birthday, but 7 was kind of a vibe. I was kind of on my phone a lot just because it's been a lot of action for me. Yeah, R.I.P. Paul Walker, sending love, sending prayers. And I felt bad for Vin Diesel losing his best friend at the end. I thought that Katie was being sarcastic at the end when she was like, poor Vin Diesel. And I thought that she was being sarcastic, and because I was crying, and I about turned around and was like, shut the fuck up. No, I was serious. I feel bad. That's really it. We're gonna probably watch 8 tonight when we get back.
8's interesting. I mean, it's still kind of a vibe because I just feel like they're a vibe, but it's definitely, I personally think like the most outlandish one of them all.
Okay, interesting, because damn, they've all been so outlandish. The stunts just get more and more unrealistic, and I'm like, girl, chill. Why last?
Why not?
Get your money, man. Life goes on.
I'm hopeful. Yes, I am hopeful for today. Take this music and use it. Let it take you away and be hopeful, hopeful, and he'll make a way. I know it ain't easy, but that's okay, 'cause we hope.